Alright, how's it going everybody? Gonna be streaming for a little bit today. See if we get a little lucky with this Rayquaza. We got pretty lucky last stream with a surprise shiny Beldum, so let's see what today brings. But overall, gonna be relatively chill. Actually, I gotta be careful not reset my other game, Ruby game, by accident. I'm just getting encounters in this game to see if we get anything fun. Started a new save file on that. What the heck is going on over here? What's up, Mathis? How we doing? My screen is bugging out. What is going on over here? Alright, it is what it is. Ooh, computer's lagging. Probably got a big... Alright, I'm not gonna touch that anymore. It probably is gonna lag for a couple seconds. I'm hoping we get the Rayquaza. Hope everyone's also having a good weekend. Mine's going pretty good. What's up, RF? How we doing on this lovely Sunday? The Pocket's really good just as a general device, but I prefer the SPs just because it's very nostalgic and they just feel right. I don't know how to explain it, you know? What's up, Tag? How we doing? You're in an automatic car wash? That is interesting. I don't think I've ever been in one. Or if I have, it's been not very recent. So probably stream for like at least an hour, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. Whenever we get to some round number in the 7,000 range. So right now you were over 7,200 on Rayquaza. Probably end up getting like 7,500 today. Assuming it doesn't shine before then. Well, let's see. See what happens. I like the short answer is I like the SPs better just because it's more nostalgic, but the Pocket's a really good device for a lot of other things. And just, yeah, again, like screen quality for filming, everything like that. It's nice. Yeah, the analog Pocket buttons, at least the one that I have, is I don't like it at all. But the SP buttons, oof, they're crispy. And it may not seem like that big of a deal, but it kind of, I feel like it is, at least for me, you know. Because you're hitting the buttons a lot, so. The encounters are also so fast in Ruby Sapphire because you don't have any of those animations. And like the dialogue is a lot more minimal. So quick. I feel like maybe I don't know if I have like a bad pocket or anything or not, but to me the D-pad doesn't feel that bad, to be honest. But the A, B buttons, like these, it's probably too dark. These buttons I don't like. Those small select start buttons are way too small for me. But again, it's just personal preference at the end of the day too. As odd as it sounds, I really would like a shiny Zigzagoon because I want to use it for like the pickup ability, because Ruby Sapphire pickup is crazy. You get all the good items without having to level it up to like 80 or 90. Where are you comparing? Where's more relaxing over here than where? How's it going? Remember, how we doing? No, we're not using the rubber band method. What's up, Scorpion? We are hunting for whatever shines in Ruby. I mean, I'm kind of hoping for like Slackoth or Shroomish would be cool. But I actually, honestly, anything that we get in this forest, I think would be cool. You just came from Riley's stream? Yeah, I was actually just watching his stream too. The factory, yeah, I gotta get to the factory soon. But it's intense. You have 2 SPs, think about swapping display one of them. Yeah, depending what display you have. I mean, I love the IPS screens, I think you're looking at right now. But like really any of the newer screens I feel like are pretty good quality. You're gonna indulge some energy drinks. I feel like if I drink too much coffee or energy drinks and like play Pokemon, I get way too jittery, and I feel like it doesn't release that like in energy, I guess, or intensity that the energy drinks give. Like one time I had a rain energy drink. I didn't realize how much caffeine was in it. I think it's like for the whole thing, it's like 300. And like typically I just have like a cup of coffee usually, or like a tea, you know, so like maybe like 60 to 80 milligrams, maybe 100. And I remember getting like halfway to the rain drink and I was like actually shaking. Like, this is intense. Like I could run like a marathon now or something. Thinking of selling your pocket and buying 2 101s. I mean, it's ultimately your decision, but I think, I mean, personally, I would rather have, again, the pocket's a great device, but you know, if I had to make a decision, I would choose 2 SPs with enhanced screens than a pocket. But also, I mean, can you keep your pocket and get like an SP too? Like, do you have to sell it to get your 2 SPs? The SP hinge is a great quality. I feel like some people don't like that part of like the foldability, but I don't know, I kind of like it. Kind of reminds me also of like a Razer phone. Remember those back in the day? Those were all the cool kids had. You had a Loca Mocha monster. It hits you all at once. It's about having a safer device bring on public. Yeah, the pocket, I feel like... Yeah, I mean, I don't really bring that... I mean, I don't really usually bring my games in public, but I'm extra careful if I bring the pocket, just because, yeah, I feel like that screen... It just feels like a more... I don't even know what, like, intense? Maybe fragile, but it doesn't feel fragile, but I'm just saying, like, it makes me want to feel like it's fragile and how I use it, if that makes sense. What's up, Peter? Good morning. How we doing? I feel like if you're commuting a lot, even like the micro Game Boys are pretty sweet because you just slide that right in your pocket. But I know like there's obviously pros and cons of that too. Sometimes you want a bigger device, you know. What's up, Sublime? The micros are that expensive? I actually thought they'd be cheaper. Well, I'm gonna grab something real quick. The screen, I want to test it. I want to test the screen quality. Just bring it a little closer. Stay down. See if that, I feel like that it had like that glare on it or something. It was yeah, I have like 4 books stacked to like bring the camera closer. I mean, I do have the tripod for the camera, but or like I have like a monopod for the camera, but I like being able to have more room. Like when it's like on top of the desk, it's a little annoying. But see how this looks. Yeah, it looks a little. It's a little close, but it's all right. Sister's going to Japan next week, so I'm going to bring her my GBA micro from there. Hopefully she has fun in Japan. I had a great time with some of the boys. Just picked up your second micro. Yeah, I feel like it should be like under like $100 like US dollars. That's what I'm thinking of. But again, I haven't looked at the prices. That's crazy though. This is this is dedication. We're trying to get this thing. In the left on the Ruby game, we're just hunting for whatever kind of pops up. I think it'd be kind of fun. So I haven't made any videos or anything about it, but just restored this save file and kind of going to do a shiny playthrough. I mean, obviously I have some shiny targets, but I want to see what the game gives us. I think it'd be kind of a little fun thing to experience Ruby again. Thanks, Raven. Well, hopefully we get it today. Would be nice. Shiny Shroomish is one of my more preferred ones to get, but even like Dustox and Beautifly are pretty. Slacking could be cool, and I would like a Zigzagoon because of the pickup ability. Get some really great items in Ruby Sapphire. Yeah, but yeah, if I had to pick like one, it would probably be Shroomish. But I think everything in this forest is pretty nice, shiny, and like they're shinies that I don't have anyway, so. Be cool to add to the collection. Started the stream, Regi finished trading 200 berries. Man, that must have took a while depending on the game, but oh man, why are you trading 200 berries over? What were you doing? Personally, Blaze, I prefer shiny hunting Ruby Sapphire because I guess it depends what you're doing too. Realistically, if you're doing like normal random encounters, it should not really matter. But if you're resetting, for soft resetting, I would prefer to do it in Ruby Sapphire if possible. What's up, Phoenix? You like the videos? I'm happy you do. Thanks for letting me know. Hopefully we get this soon. We're pushing 7,200, just over that, so it would be nice to see it soon. Hopefully under 10k would be nice. Because once we get it, yeah, it's going to be a big challenge to actually capture it. So, the anticipation. You like to grow your berries in platinum? Oh, yeah. So, I question about growing berries in platinum. I remember planting a whole bunch of Lepa berries somewhere. And I don't know where they went. And I think they vanished. And now I'm sad because I have no Lepa berries. But yeah, I think growing the berries in platinum is so much better. And I'm going to need to do a very similar thing where I need to have a lot of Lepa berries for... I think it's Lepa berries. The one where it raises your PP kind of like an ether. So when I do like that Rayquaza hunt, I'm going to need that. That does seem, yeah, like a nightmare. Gonna hunt with you for a bit. Nice. Get them encounters in. Get up to that expected probability, sort of. Yeah, that's what I don't get. They like disappeared from my marker on the maps too, and I can't... I went to all the locations I thought I planted them, and I don't see them, so... I don't know what happened. But now I'm dumb, because I remember making the decision. I was like, I'll just plant all the Lepa berries because I'll just go pick them up, you know, when they're done. So now, like, I don't have any Lepa berries, not in my bag, and I don't know where they are on the ground. Maybe I did put them somewhere. It's not, there's nothing on the map for me. Like the map for the Poke-App thing. The Poketch. I keep forgetting what it's called. Yeah, that's a good place to plant. And I like the fight area is that what's called, where the battle frontier is, because they have those 2 sets of 4 like berry spots, so I think it's pretty convenient too. Yeah, I think, yeah, and I'm wondering what they do in Gen 4, like if it's similar, which it probably is, but... I don't know, maybe I'm just being dumb. Maybe they did get replanted or something, but... Come on, Rayquaza. Yeah, it'll happen eventually. The shiny, but... So aside from Rayquaza... Is there any other legendary mythical at the shiny? I mean, other than Rayquaza and Giratina, not really. Like, I definitely want to do Rayquaza again in Soul or Heart Gold, Soul Silver. But I don't really... I don't know. I don't like... I mean, Deoxys is kind of cool, right? I'm just trying to think for... maybe Regi. I really like that shiny of how it looks. Like, it looks like a nice piece of ice, you know? Maybe Regi. Not like super high on the list, but... No shiny Rayquaza. No, don't say that. He picked up Leaf Green a few days ago and been planning to get shiny Pidgey. Hopefully you see it soon. It's cool shiny. On the left, we're just going for whatever decides to shine in this forest. I mean, I kind of hoping, I think if I had to pick a Pokemon, Shroomish would be my ideal one, but I think all the options are pretty cool in this game. Shiny Groudon is... I do like Groudon, and shiny is pretty cool, but I still prefer the original coloring because of that, the red and black kind of combo. I mean, Kyogre shiny is kind of cool too. But again, they're like cool shinies, but they're not enough where I'm like, I need that. Like, I'm gonna spend all that time trying to reset it. I'm trying to think if there's anyone's in Gen 5, yeah, actually. Kyurem or Kyurem is pretty cool, shiny. You know what I learned yesterday? Watching the Pokemon anime? Is I've been mispronouncing Aaron my whole life. It's not Aaron, it's Aron. That's how they say it in the show, Aron. Not Aaron. One of my favorite Pokemon, or one favorite evolutionary line. Been pronouncing them first Pokemon in that chain wrong. Had to rethink my life for a little bit. Groudon's on my list of some of my favorite legendaries, but yeah, the shiny is cool again, but I don't know. That red looks so good. Yeah, Kyurem is sick. What a cool Pokemon. I'm like blanking out what the other mythical Pokemon are in that game. You get the dogs or the horse looking things, I guess. Genesect's pretty cool with the red. I'm excited to get back on the Gen 5 grind. Probably later this year, though. Depending on how some of these other things go. First time Platinum playthrough? Oh, man. Have fun playing that. You're gonna have a great time. New to the gen Pokemon. I mean, you can get Shinx pretty early, and Shinx evolves into Luxray, which is such a powerful and cool looking Pokemon, and is pretty cool shiny. Trying to think what else. I like just play this game and I'm liking out too. Actually, well, I guess technically I didn't play the early game that much. Once you get Gibble, Garchomp's cracked. Getting an one of the Eevee evolutions, Leafeon or Glaceon, is pretty cool in that game. Shiny Koffing is one that I definitely want to do a hunt in Ruby on the left game in the Fiery Path, because you got Koffing, Slugma, Torkoal. There's so many cool Pokemon potentially to get. I definitely want to do a hunt there and get at least one shiny in that spot. Yeah, you can EV train anything, from my understanding. I don't think there's a Pokemon you can't EV train unless it like comes already fully EV trained, which I don't think there is. You want a shiny Muck and do the repel trick? Where is that where can you do that? Is that like, I guess I'm assuming you're doing it in like Gen 3 games, but can you do it in the Cinnabar Island Mansion? What's up, Mr. Boy? Mr. Ribboy? How we doing? Hold on, I'm gonna mute my mic. I gotta take a sip of water. Gotta stay hydrated. I'm kind of pushing to get this shiny Rayquaza because obviously I want it, but also I do want to do other streams for like the Battle Frontier in Emerald and also Battle Frontier in Platinum. But I don't really want to do I don't know, I feel like I'm weird. Like I want to like do these streams, get this, and then move on to that, if that makes sense. So that's the plan. How's it going, Brain? Muck reduces the chance of finding counters. I always want to have one to party lead. Oh, does it really? Wait, what's Muck's ability? Oh, my bad. Yeah, I read your message really fast. I guess so you could probably do the Muck ability with, what is it, the black flute to reduce encounters too, right? My bad, I didn't realize I'm like pushing this off the camera. Shiny Shroomish would be cool, but I mean, really, if we get any shiny in this forest, it'd be kind of cool. We're up to 7,331 encounters on Rayquaza. Yeah, you gotta stack the flute. I've only learned about those flutes like within probably the last year. I just didn't even know they were in the game. The fact that Muck actually has that ability just like kind of makes so much sense. Like the sludge beast just repels Pokemon naturally. I almost think like coughing would have that too, but yeah, Shroomish or Slacking would be cool. Really any shiny though. Any shiny in the forest. That'd be sweet. Yeah, the synchronize with either, or white flute with synchronize, or even just like the illuminate or magnet pole to increase the encounters even further. Or like the probability. Or I guess it'd be more like likelihood. What's up, Mike Hawk? Thanks. We're gonna need some of this luck. We're pushing 7,300 right now. We're getting up there. What's up, Jay? It's going good. Getting in our encounters for the weekend. Slowly inching our way to cool black snake in luxury ball. How are you doing? In case anyone's curious, we're at 306 encounters in this Ruby save file. I intend on tracking every encounter in this save file to see how many... I'm curious how many shinies we get and how many encounters per shiny and like in between each shiny, if that makes sense. And I kind of want to get like an average too on that. If it'd be a cool data point. You tried 6x hunting? My brain... Yeah, that's way too much for me. I think 3 is probably my limit. Maybe 4 for doing all soft resets. But yeah, 5 hours hunting 6 on 6 devices, that's a little much. We have 7,353 on Rayquaza right now. Total. You went from 3 to 6 right after your Beldum. Did you get an extra? I'm guessing you got an extra burst of motivation to get even more. Maybe. Thinking about getting SP with IPS mod Japanese. I don't know, I like the SPs a lot. But I'm very biased. It feels worse than work. Yeah, it's chill. That's why I'm guessing you're talking about the software setting. 4 run bikes, one was Deoxys. The little gibble hole. I feel like if I were to do multiple games, it would kind of, or like more than 3 devices, I think it'd all have to be like the same type of hunt in like the same game. I can't believe how fast that Beldum popped up. That's my new personal best. I think in like any, yeah. Definitely Gen 3, but I think in general. Got a shiny Mewtwo fired yesterday. Nice. I was watching one of your vids. That's pretty hype. Congrats on the shiny. You get an IPS mod Rayquaza shell from the seller. About half of a pocket, nice. Yeah, I feel like the SPs, again, it's kind of relative to what the pockets are selling, but if there's like a huge price difference, I feel like the SPs, it's just another reason to get the SP over the pocket. That's awesome, you got a Rayquaza one. There's been a Rayquaza IPS, or maybe not IPS, but definitely Rayquaza modded SP I've been looking at on eBay for a while. I just haven't decided to buy it yet, but it's probably my next one. I really want like a cool shiny Rayquaza modded one, but they're a lot harder to find and if people mod it, so probably gotta get it like custom made or something. How's it going, Alex from Toronto? How you doing? Yeah, so the Ruby cart got that Duskull and I think it was like 1,000, like 30 something resets maybe, or encounters, and then that Beldum 130 something. But now we restarted that cart. We got everything we need. We got too many goodies from that, so now we're starting fresh. But yeah, that Ruby cart was cracked out in the luck. Is having 20 Game Boys at once open cheat? I don't think it's cheating, it's just a different way to experience it. Shiny hunting Giratina on your Pearl 1800s. Keep going. It took me a while to get my shiny Giratina, but wow, it is so cool. I like take a look at it like every day. What a cool shiny. You just bought that Rayquaza SP? Yeah. That's awesome. Such a cool shell. Yeah, we're gonna get shiny Rayquaza in a luxury ball. I did all the preparation, obviously, if we're at this point. Got some videos on that going into more detail, but that's the plan, to try and get this in a luxury ball. Yeah, I'm not really too confident doing the mod myself. I mean, if I really wanted a specific way, like, I might have to mod it myself or find somebody specific, but right now I think there's enough people, like sellers, that have modded things where I could just find that for now, you know? You're gonna get the pocket, but took my advice. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna use the pocket for like all this other like things, you know, it's definitely a good device, but something about the SP, and it depends on the price difference too. If the pocket's like 2 or 3 times more expensive than like a modded SP, you just get 2 modded SPs. How's it going, Splash? How's your weekend treating you so far? Shit, I don't even think I used the memories feature. Is it like you take screenshots, or is it like already keep track of like what you've done previously, and it like keeps like a, what's the word I'm looking for, like a history and what you've done without you having to do anything? The left Game Boy you're looking at actually has that USB-C port, which is sweet. I did not do that mod, but I'm not sure how difficult it is based on your message. It sounds like it's more difficult to do. But yeah, I think the modding the screen itself isn't like that hard. It's just more like, do you want to do it, you know? I think for me, for me, I'm just not in the mood to do a mod right now. I'd rather just play the game. But I think I do want to do another mod in the near future. Maybe not near future, but in the future. Because I learned a lot when I tried modding my first Game Boy. But I kind of failed. Oh, that's kind of cool. You can just take snapshots. I don't think I've ever done that feature. Or used that feature. How's it going, Ivan? You can create a memory of encountering a shiny star. Oh, wow. I guess, yeah, I wonder then if you could just... Can you just up... It probably saves on like the SD card or something if you got one in there. Then you could probably just put it in the computer and upload that picture screenshot there. I'm just thinking I could probably use that for like... Help me with like video editing stuff, you know? I have a bunch of YouTube channels. This just happens to be the most successful one, in my opinion. But the ones that I have shared some channels on with everybody. It's on like the, I guess, the home page of this YouTube channel. I am really interested in like if there are other mods out there for, like, I do love the SP buttons, but I'm wondering if they could be even better, if that makes sense, like more cushion, or like, you know how like on keyboards you can get so specific on the click of the keys. I'm wondering if we could do the same on a Game Boy. You can also reload the state of the game, so you can like re-experience the shiny. That's kind of cool. Think today's the day, Joseph? I hope so. It's not that I dislike hunting this Pokemon, it's just that I really want to try to capture it. I'm like nervous that all this preparation I've done is, I'd like to say not good, but like it maybe wasn't enough. So I want to test it out in the actual game time, you know? Thanks, Oz. Hopefully we get this soon. Took inspiration from your save. Nice, starting your own like forever save in Fire and Leaf Green. Currently hunting Squirtle. Good choice. Well, good luck on your hunts in that save file. The unhinged SP. Is it like an SP if it's not hinged, if that makes sense? Like, does it just become a Game Boy? Does that make sense? I guess maybe it's more like the shape. Thanks on the good luck. There's been so much good luck wishing today that I think we got it today. I could feel it. I'm gonna do the old look away trick. Oh, looking away at this, not at the screen. Oh man, it's probably shining right now. We just crossed over 7,400 on Rayquaza. 7,406. Yeah, so we got it planned out, and I haven't done a practice run in like months since I originally tried to get this. So it's probably time to do it again. I don't know. I probably do that off camera though. I don't need to like, unless you guys are all interested in seeing that, but I'd rather try and get the shiny on camera. It's a unique shell, very neat feeling. I guess I have to look it up. Kind of curious what that shell looks like, and like how it like plays out. Any tips on farming Dittos and Heart Gold? Make sure you got that synchronize ability and get some good ones. I mean, you could have like a cheat sheet too. I think I thought I made one, but basically you already have all like the IVs planned out. Not planned out, but you have them on paper. So you're only looking for like these certain Dittos. So when you go in the box, you can like save a lot of time. I think a big thing too, like, again, it depends on what you're doing, but farming Dittos is important for like transferring IVs and natures, but I wouldn't go like so crazy, because as you can like build Pokemon in certain egg groups, like with the power items, and transfer those IVs, and then those become almost like Dittos, if that makes sense, for that egg group, and it's a lot easier to, I guess, get more IVs on a Pokemon like that, if that makes sense. Just make sure like you need a male version of that so you can manipulate the female version. And that's my big tip, is I feel like I use a lot of time trying to get Dittos with like all these great IVs, and then ended up breeding for Pokemon anyway. And just naturally through the breeding process, you're gonna get these really good IV Pokemon that you're probably not gonna train just because whatever reason, either like a bad nature or like abilities, something like that, but you can still use those to help the breeding process for other Pokemon, provided that the Pokemon is male and in the same egg group. Thanks, Joshua. Hopefully we get this Rayquaza soon. It's gonna be sweet. You got yours in a luxury ball during a night shift last year. Nice. You had 150 luxury balls and you use like 90 to get it. Jeez. I'm guessing you probably use a similar strategy, like tricking the leftovers or shell bell on it. You got Pokerus and Emerald today? Wow. I still have not seen Pokerus in my Gen 3 files. That's pretty sweet. Next one is 100% shiny. I love the confidence. How many different Dittos do I have? I guess in Gen 3 or Gen 4, probably I feel like, I mean, I got at least 30, I would say, in each game. But I've done more breeding in Gen 3. So I probably have like 30 something Dittos Gen 3, but like I don't really even use them anymore. Usually I'll use it to transfer a nature to a female Pokemon that I want. And then I use like a Pokemon that I already trained in a similar egg group to bring over the IVs, again, provided that it's a male and has like similar IVs that I want. I don't really have a specific target on the Ruby game on the left, because they're all pretty cool. But I mean, if I had to pick, like if I had to pick any Pokemon, I think Shroomish would be it. What's up, Lucky Rob? How we doing? Yeah, the own tempo, what do you call it? I forgot how you get that on there. But I decided to not do that because I guess when you put it to sleep, it removes the confusion anyway. So I figured I'd be almost always putting this thing to sleep. Maybe it's a dumb move, but we'll see how it plays out. You know, RNG Manip is just a different way of, I think, getting good Pokemon and shiny. So I think there's like some use and practicality to it. I personally don't do it because I don't really, it's just how I want to experience the game right now. But I think I at least want to experience it at some point in my life in games. But I just don't do it now. I don't really feel like it probably won't, it is not going to satisfy the itch that I have to either shiny hunt or breed and train Pokemon. You're doing good, Rob. Yeah, at first we don't really stream, or I don't really stream too often, but when I do, we chill. So thanks for coming out. I'm doing good. I'm hoping we get this shiny soon. The sleep does not clear the confusion from my understanding in the Gen 4 game, so I think that's something I will have to do when I build those Smeagol's in Gen 4. Now, did you use the Shell Bell or Leftovers? Because I've seen people say both. I think Shell Bell is probably better based on like my reading of all these different methods, but I'm just worried, like, I guess I'm going with the Leftovers because I just feel like Shell Bell, something doesn't settle with me right. I don't know if that makes sense. I just feel like Leftovers, it's gonna heal, we're good. Shell Bell, I feel like there's a risk where it's not gonna heal enough if I don't do anything right. You hunting for Abra game corner day 3. Keep it up. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It moves the goalpost. Like, yeah, in my, I think 2 IVs is where like I usually target in my games, like for breeding and stuff. Maybe 3 if I really want it. But yeah, I think you're right. If we know we can get a higher chance of like 5 IVs, probably gonna go for it. I'm excited to get this Rayquaza because this video is going to be epic. I feel like I'm going to recap multiple videos and all the live streams that we kind of been doing. It's going to be a cool video. We're hunting whatever the game decides to give us in Ruby. Whatever the random number generator gods want to give us today. So I want to stream Gen 4 like really soon. Like I'm talking like I almost did it today, but I really want to chip away at this Rayquaza and try getting this. But I want to, next time we do not next time we do, but in a very near future stream, I want to stream this new team that I made for the Gen 4 Battle Frontier for Platinum, and I want to try and get like the 100 wins for that last star on the trainer card, like live. I think it'd be kind of fun. I don't want to only do that because I want to like achieve. I want to get that star on the trainer card. I don't want to like only do it on camera, if that makes sense. But I want to do a lot of it on camera. Just I think it'd be fun. So streaming Gen 4 probably soon. And if we get Rayquaza, then that's just a higher likelihood of streaming that. You can get to, after you beat the Elite Four, you can get to Sky Pillar in Platinum. Or not Platinum, sorry. My head's in Gen 4. In Sapphire Ruby, you can get to Sky Pillar with Rayquaza. I think, again, you have to beat the Elite Four. Slack off or streamers, those are probably my two options. But again, any Pokemon in this would be great. The 5% slack off would be sick. Not shiny. You know, they don't interrupt the stream with ads, they split the screen. Is that actually true, Tyler? They just split the screen for the live stream? That's actually really fascinating. I'm having a lot of fun in the Gen 4 games. I don't plan on migrating really. Actually, I don't think I already did complete the Pokedex in Platinum, so I don't think there's any other Pokemon I plan on migrating up. I like to keep the Pokemon in the game, or at least the generation that I got it in, because I feel like it's just, I don't know, harder as you get into, or easier as you get into new games. And it just feels like nice keeping the Pokemon in that like raw game. What's up, Amaryllis? You finished your shiny run in Soul Silver, now maybe Platinum. That's what I'm with this Ruby file. That's kind of my intention too, is just to make it like a shiny only run, just to see what kind of fun Pokemon we get. Sounds like a fun idea. Do you ever move where your save file is for Regi? A couple hundred? I move my shiny Rayquaza. Sometimes I think I move it back and forth between Fire Red and Fire Red and Emerald. Oh, I guess that is one point. If I get a shiny, whatever we get the shiny Rayquaza, and if we get, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. If we get the shiny Rayquaza in the Luxury Ball, I'm going to move that to my Emerald game, because that's kind of where I want it to live. If for some reason we fail and I decide to capture it in a Master Ball, I'm going to move that to Gen 5, because because you can't get Rayquaza in Gen 5, so either we get it a shiny in Gen 4 and trade it, or Gen 3 and trade it. So I'll probably end up using this one. So there are some exceptions to what I said before, but it's not like if I train in Pokemon and get a shiny, the intention is to keep it in the game or the generation that I got it in. Make a copy of your save, migrate others. Whoops, what am I doing? Where am I? I ran too far in one direction and lost complete track of where I was in the game. And Gen 3 RNG is faster as long as you're gonna hit duplicated Pokemon. want to start Gen 5 but are scared to enjoy Gen 4 after. Haven't started 4 yet because of the shiny. I definitely feel that, but I did start Gen 5 and then I was like, I gotta go back to Gen 4 and like finish this, or like, you know, make more dents into it. And there definitely are some like quality of life improvements in Gen 5 that Gen 4 doesn't have, but I mean, I'd say that they're just different games and there's different things to love about them. So I mean, I definitely see your point, but I wouldn't be too scared of, you know, going to 5, playing for a little bit, and even going back to 4. After you're done EV train, you're probably gonna hunt Grout on a Kyogre. And then I'm guessing Rayquaza, right? You gotta do it. Actually, I guess if you're an Emerald, you probably already got Rayquaza. Come on, Rayquaza. Yeah, I feel that. They're just different flavors of fun. It depends on like the mood I'm in. But even though I played so much Gen 4 the last like month or couple months, like I still love Gen 3 so much. Just something about it. It's so simple. Not saying Gen 4 isn't simple, but there's just some things like simple things like saving the game, healing your Pokemon. It just feel like it takes a while with like potions or things like that. I feel like Gen 3 is just so much quicker, so in that sense it makes it feel more simple. But yeah, they're all great. On the Game Boy, you would just hit A, B, select start, and it resets, or soft resets. Super easy. You just hit all these buttons, boom, boom. Yeah, it seems like you're too far to soft reset it, or to try and get the shiny Rayquaza now. Not the worst thing. You got 2 gold symbols. Nice. Yeah, there you can get about 3 a minute. 3 soft resets a minute. Even the encounters in Gen 3 is so quick. Also, the fact that there's no animations in Ruby, even faster than if you were to do it in Emerald. In case anyone's wondering, over 405 encounters total on this Ruby save. And 7,481 resets total on Rayquaza. So how do I track the encounters? I mean, yeah, there's no right or wrong way to do it, but I have calculators off to the side. Where is it? So both of my hands, like I go to like do that. And then I have like a note, yeah, I have like a Notion sheet that tracks like all my videos. So for each kind of video topic is where I will log those, I guess, encounters after like a live stream or like I don't even know, grinding event or day. And then sometimes after that I'll put it like in an Excel sheet with like all my Pokemon. Like once that video is made, or like that Pokemon is caught, you know. Then I guess I do have a book too. I've been really slacking on like the notebook version of it. But I do have, at least for a lot of, maybe like half the Pokemon are logged in some like notebook. Ideally it would just exist in like a notebook. But I do like it having in digital form. We should like organize it and see all the stats and data. So Jirachi was one of the Pokemon I just gave myself because I think the only way to really get it is to get that GameCube game, and it costs like a couple $100. So Jirachi and Celebi were the two Pokemon I just directly gave myself. Like 100%, just here I go. So that's why I did that. But I think I gave myself the event one, so it technically is it's like a legal Pokemon. It's pretty cool. Yeah, Jirachi is so cute. I love that movie Jirachi Wishmaker. I had that on VHS. I would always rewatch that because I had it on VHS, but also because it was a great movie. It had Salamence, Groudon, the big boy Groudon. Jirachi had Absol, Dusclops, Flygon. What a cool movie. That game made me love Gen 3 even more. Yeah, that movie is one of the reasons why I love Dusclops, Flygon, even Groudon too. Yeah, I kind of wish every Pokemon had just a better encounter, or like some of those Pokemon that you hard to get, just had better ways of encountering, like Jirachi. I guess, yeah, you could just, using like a tally, even like tally marks is kind of fine. Like, it's kind of cool to see, like on a sheet of paper, like notebook, all the tally marks after. It's a lot, but it's it kind of puts it into perspective, I guess, on how many. Like sometimes I see a number like 1,000, you know, it's like, oh, that's a big number. But no, when you see 1,000 like tally marks, like, wow, that's a lot. You'd like to make a style guidebook, scratching information. I mean, yeah, definitely, Tyler, go ahead and do it. Like, that's kind of why I wanted to make one. I mean, things already exist online, but I wanted to make one more personalized for like kind of me. And just the process of going through that was just kind of fun in itself, you know? I mean, I know, again, things like that already exist, but like, it doesn't mean you can't make it more personalized for you, you know? For if you want more detail, I think I got a whole video on it. I think it's like the completing the Gen 3 Pokedex, but for Jirachi, Celebi, what did I do? It's been like a little bit, but I essentially put my game like on an emulator. Then I just directly, like, oh my gosh, what's the software? Why am I blanking out? Anyway, there's a software. You could just put in like any Pokemon you want. I think PK Hex, is that it? I think I did PK Hex for those two Pokemon. Then for the Mew and Geoxys mystery events, how did I do that? I gave myself the event somehow, so I actually got to experience those events. And then for Lugia and Ho-Oh, I actually just played through Colosseum and XD completely just to get that. Sorry, probably go back and watch maybe that video. It's something like the completing the Gen 4 Pokedex that probably has a lot better details in it. I'm blanking out on exactly how I got those Pokemon in the game. The way it moved when it was just right there. I don't remember that specific scene where Flygon used a flamethrower, but I would imagine it was a memory ingraining moment. Yeah, the Celebi movie also sold me on T-Tar. And I already liked dinosaurs as a kid, but the Dark Ball and like the mean Tyranitar, oof, that was sick. That was sick. I gotta rewatch that movie. I've been like, I think about that movie and like the Dark Ball with Tyranitar like a lot more than probably I probably should. Part of my charter broke off in my man, you know. I mean, it should be safe to remove. I mean, I wouldn't trust my judgment on that, but yeah, but you have to yank it out somehow. Definitely make sure the game is off and unplugged. It's probably the major thing. It took 6 years to get their Giratina because I prolonged it for so long. Not that it took 6 years of like my time. It's just like I started that hunt like 6 years ago. I got distracted with a million other things that got put like way down the priority list. And then I resurfaced that, like August 2025. So again, it didn't take 6 years because it took that much time. It took that long because I postponed it. Yeah, kind of what Minty said. Yeah, maybe like what Tyler said. I think I just injected the events into the cart. The PK Hex is PK Hex is a good software. It's just it's like God mode, I guess is a better way to put it. You can do anything you want, so it's dangerous depending on how you want to experience your games. And yeah, just to get just Lugia, I played through XD, and then I need Ho-Oh, and then actually I need all the dogs because I don't know what I did with Entei in the game, in my Fire Red game. But yeah, the dogs and Ho-Oh for Colosseum. Those games were really fun to play, so again, it took a while to do that just for those Pokemon, but it made them like really special and forced me to play that game too, so very enjoyable. For Jirachi, Monitor Wii. Huh, I didn't even know you can do that. Yeah, there are ways of getting, I think, Jirachi and Celebi legitly. It's just it's a little more difficult. Yeah, I remember the Tyranitar initially being, I think pretty sure it was like the mom Tyranitar, right? And it was like more like, I guess, docile and chill. And then that Dark Ball made it like this absolute kaiju. If I want to choose a game to first save, which game do you think I should choose? I mean, you got to pick the one that's like some of your favorite, you know? And ultimately, it doesn't, you can have like forever saves in multiple games, but I mean, if you don't know, like, I don't know, it's kind of hard because it's like very subjective. Like if I had to pick a game, probably Emerald or Platinum, just because those are some of my favorite games. But like I'm also kind of starting this Ruby forever save file because there are things in Platinum, there are things in Emerald that I guess that aren't as good than in Ruby, and I want to like experience some things in this game as opposed to like Emerald. So I think Emerald Emerald and Platinum are probably really good places to start for that thought, but it kind of comes down to what game do you like and why. And sometimes it could just be, I like the color red. And I like Groudon more than Kyogre, so that's why I picked Ruby and Sapphire. The first Pokemon movie is pretty good. Yeah, I wanted to try and avoid any injections as possible, but also I kind of like weighed the pros and cons, like, and I was like, okay, these two Pokemon, fine, whatever. But yeah, gotta go, Joshua. Well, thanks for hanging out. Have a great rest of your day. What's up, Mad Hatter? How we doing? Yeah, I definitely feel you. Bonfires. I also wanted to experience it like the full way, but I think when I got to Celebi and Jirachi, I was like, I think this is my limit. This is the line. I guess everyone's got their limit. I think it is likely that Pokemon will release Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald for the Switch. And I mean, it doesn't... I don't know how to explain it, but it doesn't really affect, I think, me in a lot of ways, because I'm still going to do exactly what I'm doing in these games because I want them on these carts, you know? I think it's definitely going to be exciting to bring a lot of maybe new people into those games and to make it more accessible. But I think for at least me, my how I'm going to enjoy these games, it's going to be very minimal. Like I probably end up buying them and playing them, maybe streaming it too, because it's fun, be a part of the whole community conversations. But I'm still gonna, my main game and way to experience these is going to be on the original devices and carts, or maybe not original devices, but the original like hardware. It's, you know. We're doing good, Mad Hatter. I'm hoping we get the shiny Rayquaza soon. We did get a shiny Beldum, was it 2 days ago? 135 resets. That was crazy. So I gotta talk about that soon in a video, but that's the latest update on new cool Pokemon in Gen 3. Will you try your mom's double battles? I prefer singles right now, and I think I'm gonna prefer singles until I get all the stars on the trainer. Or sorry, all the gold medals, at least in Emerald. So I'm gonna prioritize just singles. Doubles does look fun, because I did have that conversation with Beaveries for like 3 hours, and I learned a whole lot about double battles. Definitely seems interesting, but again, I gotta stay focused on the single battles. Doesn't change for you either. I'm gonna do what I want to do. Yeah, I agree. Agree, Bonfire. Yeah, bringing as a whole, bringing Gen 3 to the Switch is great for the overall community. So I'm very excited, I guess, for that. The Celebi might be the end of the line for you. Yeah. Yeah, on the Japanese version of Colosseum, yep. That's tough. Again, I respect whoever goes for that grind. I didn't. There's a lot of things I would do in these games. I think that was not one of those for me. You're trying to get the shiny blue Mew. Yeah, good luck on the hunt. I'm not a competitive player. I guess I'm assuming you mean competitive Pokemon. I don't do any like really competitive Pokemon stuff. I mean, I do kind of consider the Battle Frontier in these games competitive, but it's not like single player competitive is definitely different than multiplayer, like PvP kind of competitive. A lot more fun to watch weather teams. Yeah, I think Beavery's mentioned a weather team too. Something along the lines like with a Vileplume. Because somebody procking that sunny day, then all of a sudden Vileplume's getting double speed, and then you hit him with a big move. So I think, yeah, weather teams for doubles seems like a lot of fun, and probably where the weather teams, what's the word, like thrive. I don't have like a huge interest in the Gen 2 games. It's just, I guess, started in Gen 3, and like as a kid I just never had the Gen 2 games or had a reason to play them. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm not interested. I think they're still, I think it'd be cool to experience and play. It's just, again, I gotta how do I prioritize my time? Right now it's not Gen 2. Come on, Rayquaza, where you at, dog? You doing a sunny day team as Bellsprout? Nice. Yeah, I think Bellsprout and Vileplume got the same ability, right? That's that chlorophyll thing. Sunny day, synthesis, solar beam, super fast Vileplume. You're definitely doing Bellsprout and no evolving. That's intense. I think I have 3 Game Boy Advances. Actually, it's a lie. I think I have 4. I bought a black one. Yeah, I bought a black one. I have my original blue from like being a kid, and then I have a red one that I tried to mod. So that one's like in shambles, but technically I think I got 5 total Game Boys. But these are the 2, I think, cleanest looking ones that are relatively the most new. Crowdon versus Kyogre. Yeah, the next one I want to get Rayquaza Game Boy. I did see a really cool Kyogre shell mod. That is cool. What other shinies have I caught? In the Gen 3 games, 2 days ago we got another Beldum. I have a Metagross. We do already have Rayquaza. We got Tyranitar. Ooh, that was a crazy one. Tyranitar. We got Dusclops, Umbreon, Venomoth. We got, I think, 2 Geodudes. I haven't trained those. That was trying to get the Larvitar. Then we got a Meowth, a Phanpy. Am I missing one? Charizard. Obviously Charizard. That might be all. That might be all. I'm not like a huge shiny hunter. I know we've been shiny hunting a lot, but I'm not like a huge shiny hunter. I think we're slowly evolving into one. Clamperl is nice. And the Gorbis. Shiny Gorbis kind of cool. I need a Whale Lord though. So I need, on my list is definitely need an Aggron. I really want Butterfree. For Gen, we're talking just Gen 3. Is there anyone else really on that list? Well, I have like a whole, got a list. Probably Caterpie and Aggron for Gen 3 are my next, like, I really want. Yeah, you're right, the shiny does choose you. That's what this whole Ruby save file is about. The shiny will choose me. Except for like 1 or 2 Pokemon where I'm like, I'm not progressing until we get this shiny. The Regis. Personally, I like Regi Steel normally. I think it looks so much cooler. Regi Rock, I think, looks the same, like good both ways. I think Regice would be the one that I would shiny hunt. That shiny is cool. Houndour? Shiny Houndour. Need a shiny Willard and Relicanth. Yeah, that's a requirement. The shiny hunting odds increase by 5% if you got shiny Relicanth and Willard when you activate the event. I'm just kidding, I'm spreading false information. Get shiny Drifloon and Bellsprout and Y. Nice. Drifloon's a really cool one. Got shiny Regice last year. My Japanese copy of Sapphire. Nice. Yeah, I love that. I love that blue. The blue ice cube. We're at 500 encounters on this Ruby save. Yeah, extra chilled ice. It's that extra watery ice. Or that purified ice. What's up, Thunder? Greetings from Spain. Thanks for tuning in. All right, 50 more for sure in the next 50. You're shiny hunting Turtwig is shiny pro, but then you quit. You get the shiny Starling and wow. He can't give up, but I understand that's tough. Come on, Rayquaza, I can feel you shiny. Still stuck at the starters in Shining Pearl. Who you going for? I'm not trying to sound like I don't like Gen 4 starters, but I don't like them enough to soft reset for the shinies. Like for me, like Charmander, I'm like, yeah, I need that shiny. But a lot of the other shinies are just, again, they're cool, but I don't know. I was just about, oh, how many encounters was your first shiny Rayquaza? I don't know, because I just did it. And I usually didn't keep track of my shinies in the beginning of the encounters, because I didn't like the idea of seeing that number, because then it put into perspective how long it took. But it took about 3 months from my memory, and the first like month of me doing it, I had like a dry battery on Sapphire, so I was just wasting my time. But I didn't do it like intensely, but then I got it once I replaced the battery. I got it within, I guess, the next like 2 months. But again, I'd maybe do it on the weekend a little bit here and there, so definitely very under odds. You go for Chimchar. Hopefully you get it soon. This is the 7600th reset on Rayquaza. You like the berry monkey? Use a click counter. The click counter is probably the most, or like a more optimal way of doing this, or optimal way of keeping in track of the encounters. I'll do 100 more encounters, and then we'll probably wrap the stream up. So at about a half hour from now. 7605 encounters. Now I know I have like a mark on my forearm because I'm like digging into my forearms are digging into my side of my desk, which is sharp. Alright, come on, Rayquaza, you got 93 more to shine. Wait, that's such an interesting way to track it. A foot pedal? That would make my feet useful in this situation. Because right now they're doing nothing. I'm gonna make you go back to catching up in your vids. Got a lot of videos out there about Pokemon. On the red Game Boy, we're going for whatever the game gives us, to be honest. Nothing in particular, although I do have some preferences, but any Pokemon in this forest is actually kind of cool, in my opinion. Yeah, I definitely would like to get at least one Zigzagoon in this game, because that pickup ability in Ruby Sapphire is like cheating almost. So yeah, I would like Zigzagoon as one of them at some point in this game. And I guess if we do get a Zigzagoon, I intend on just like defeating every wild Pokemon ever during the next shiny hunting, so we get like 1,000,000 rare candies. We'll see how that actually plays out, but pickup ability in this game is so good. Did I ever get a chance to check out that video KT and recatching his Beldum? I don't think I did. Recatching his Beldum in a Premier Build. Let me like pull that up real quick. I'll watch it later. Catching motion and building Pure Ball. That's so cool. Anyway, y'all check that out. You got shiny Latias and Harkle Silver. Oh man, you got Admit Nature. Hey, that's how it is. I definitely feel your pain because I got my shiny Gyarados, or my shiny Magikarp. I had synchronized going and it was modest. What a day. At least it's shiny though. You got a cool shiny. Yeah, I don't think I mean, again, I don't really watch too much YouTube because, I mean, I don't know. When you make videos, I gotta rewatch my videos like 2 or 3 times. I feel like I watch enough YouTube just editing my own stuff. But yeah, check out the videos. Synchronize works in Emerald and up, from my understanding. And I don't know about all gens because I don't know what happens after Gen 6. Gens Emerald and then Gen 4, Gen 5. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Latias is still good. It would definitely be great to have that nature, but I mean, you can still try it out, see how well you do. If you get the team to support it, you know, because it could still be good Pokemon. We in the woods for whatever thing shines. All the options in the woods are good. What's the best way to flee? I mean, if you have a smoke ball as a held item on your starting Pokemon, it's 100% flee rate. Or I mean, you could have a Pokemon, I think, with the runaway method, or the runaway ability. I think that's what it's called. But I think I just used a smoke ball to ensure I can run away. I mean, if you have high speed, also could work too. We're in the woods for the nature lessons. I'm just out here for the environment. Just want to spend some time in the woods. The Petalburg Woods is just a place I used to go just to get to Rustboro City and then back to the, what do you call it, Petalburg to go to Dewford. Spending some time in the woods. I think you can just buy the smoke ball. Is it what, in the game corner or something like that? I don't remember off the top of my head. But I remember it being pretty easy. Or actually I do remember in, I think again, you can buy it, but I think another way to get it is, what is that place called? It's like north of Slateport City. There's like that random building that has like a maze in it, or it's like a puzzle. If you do like the puzzle, one of the rewards is a smoke ball. We're in Ruby Sapphire. In the morning we spend in the woods. That's a good point, Tyler. Yeah, it's got additional text. I didn't really think about that. Come on, Rayquaza. We're about to hit 7,650. We're getting up there to that, I guess, expected probability, sort of, on that distribution. Slowly climbing. Come on, shiny dragon. Shiny serpent dragon, dude. You can get, I think, 3 a minute, if that's right. What do we say? We can do 120, we can do 100 encounters in 28 minutes is like kind of what I am averaging. So what is that? 200 a minute, just give or take. Sorry, 200 an hour, not a minute. Mm. 99 mining and rare ruby Alpha Sapphire. What's the... Wait, 99, what does that mean, 99 mining? It's been a minute since I played that game. Back in high school, I played a ROM hack of the Hoenn called Snakewood. Had a line evolution turned into it's a furry Rayquaza. That is interesting. Linoon somehow. I would not picture Linoon ever turning into Rayquaza, but that is interesting. 2 minutes encounter. Sheesh for Greninja. Yeah, I think it was at the Gen 6s are not a very friendly game to soft reset the beginning Pokemon in. Oh, RuneScape. I've gotten my feet wet in RuneScape, but I've not played a lot of it. Yeah, we got Rayquaza, but I want it in a luxury ball, and I want to rename it. And I don't have that save file. Yeah, there's a couple reasons, but I'm wanting a luxury ball. It's like the ultimate kind of flex for shiny Rayquaza, and it's like the mascot of the channel, so RuneScape grinding or like shiny hunting and RuneScape grinding I could definitely see go hand in hand. So that's like the one thing though. I won't actually have. Actually, yeah, I guess the OT will be Kevin. Yeah, okay. I was like, it's not gonna have the same trainer ID, but that's obvious. But yeah, the OT on the Rayquaza I have is the letter A because I did it in a speedrunning file, and then I was like, maybe I'll just shiny hunt Rayquaza and like build them at the same time, like in this file, like I'm here. But then I didn't think it would bother me as much as it did at the time that having the word A instead of Kevin it just bothers me. So I haven't really touched too much Warhammer recently, but I gotta get back on the grind. Haven't made any progress in painting my army. Premier ball for everything. That's even more difficult, right? Because you gotta buy like thousands of Pokeballs to just get one. And yeah, you can't buy Premier Balls in this game, right? I'm pretty confident you can't. Yeah, definitely the luxury ball for Rayquaza because the color combination is like perfect. But I do agree the Premier Ball is a nice one. Nice color combination. You sure do. I'm in the engineering field. I don't really talk about it too much because I spend so much time in the week doing all that, so it's like I play Pokemon and get away from all that, so it's like a lot of people do, obviously. You have to get the Premier Balls in Hoenn to move them to Kanto. You can't get them in Kanto? They don't give it to you like one ball for every 10 Pokeballs you buy? What's poppin'? I read that real quickly. I thought it said what's poopin'. I was like, we are actually we're gonna wrap the stream up eventually. We're at 7,678 encounters. Probably go to 7,700. And then this Ruby game, we're just chipping away. We're at 588, 589 random encounters. Seeing what happens. When you buy... Wow, you don't get anything in consoles? That makes it even harder to get. Sheesh. The open packs are just play. I'm guessing you mean Pokemon cards? I don't really buy any more Pokemon cards just because it's expensive. I used to buy a lot of packs though because it was fun. I never really played the TCG though. I tried probably 3 times in the past and I just haven't really enjoyed it as much as I wanted to continue going. I'd look on for finding like older games or just games in general. I'd look on eBay or like secondary market websites, like even like Facebook Marketplace. eBay was like Macari's like another one. Pretty much where you're gonna have your best bet. But like me personally, I don't look for deals. I look for things that I know I have high confidence will function, if that makes sense. Because I feel like when things look like it's a deal, at least in my head for the most part it is, but that's because something's like hiding. I guess it's just the lack of faith I have in other people to identify issues. But I'll look for things that are reasonably priced that look like the quality that I'm looking for, if that makes sense. Seven-year-old cousin pulled up there in another card. Oh man, get that thing in the sleeve and top loader ASAP. Mostly go play Magic. Magic's fun. I've been kind of getting a little bit back into Magic recently. I got so many Magic cards and decks. This is the 600th encounter on Ruby. Alright, 10 more encounters for Rayquaza. 9 more. Yeah, I look for a lot of good, like if it has good pictures and a lot of pictures, it's kind of a good sign that the person is probably going to sell you like something good. And you can kind of see the quality too. Like there's a lot of deals I think online for like Game Boy games, but if the person doesn't take a picture of like the motherboard, both sides of it, of the Game Boy game, like I don't even consider it. Oh man, it's scratched. That's rough. Come on, Rayquaza. I believe that we will win. Oh, going in the red. We'll do one more encounter, then I'll turn this Game Boy off. I don't think I have a charger near me because it's inside the... It's plugged in the computer. Or, sorry, in the camera into the computer. One more encounter. Actually, what's my game plan if I do get a shine? I guess we'll find out. Three hours in this game, no shiny. This is ridiculous. Alright, one more encounter after this. Come on, Rayquaza. Now's the moment. This is the moment you've been waiting for. 7,700 encounters. I can feel it. Let's do a lap around him. It is what it is. We'll pick this up another day. Alright, let's get these numbers in. So we got Rayquaza 7,777. So we did 500 resets today. Pretty sweet. And we're at 608 encounters in that game. Alrighty, well, it's been fun. I'm not going to play these games for the rest of the weekend. Or I guess we'll get to reset this. I'm going to play my platinum game. Almost done, finished training these Pokemon for the Frontier. So I'm going to probably start that soon. Yeah, GG easy. Didn't get shiny. Yeah, hopefully everyone else has enjoys the rest of their Sunday. I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my Sunday too. Probably get some food. What is this? Oh, okay. Yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out. Alright, I'm gonna let you guys get to it. But again, thanks again. We'll be chatting soon. Got more videos to plan in the future.